Hello Virgo, my name is Nigel. You have found Alchemy and this is your February 2025 reading. Okay, let's get started right away. You have pulled the Synchronicity card in my Alchemy deck and this is number 63. When this card comes out, generally speaking, it means something is taking shape behind the scenes, something that you're going to be thrown hints this month as to what to do, sort of intuitive hints. Yeah, it's time to trust, breathe, and await a sort of miracle, right? Definitely. There are sacred messages that abound. So what you notice this month is going to matter, okay? You also have here the Tree of Life. It says true wisdom and making good choices in life. Now, the Tree of Life historically, right? It symbolizes connection, growth, the cyclical nature of, of the existence we live. It's rooted in the earth, right? Much like you, Virgo, because you're an earth sign. You're rooted, you're grounded. Its roots are symbolically, they symbolize grounding, stability, while the branches that reach skyward signify aspiration, enlightenment, an overall symbol of renewal and regeneration. You have the card of Sagittarius here, and it says, focus on one thing and stick with it. You can't do all things or be all things to all people. Now, there might be someone here you may have Sagittarius highly aspected in your chart. You may be dealing with someone with those aspects, but more importantly, you are being asked, there may be someone in your life that is asking too much of you, that is trying to take advantage of you. I don't know yet. I'm just throwing that out there as a possibility. So let's look. You also have 1010, and it says, and this is a sort of synchronicity, right? It says, I am patient. Keep your thoughts positive and patient. There's that patience again. And everything is working out for your highest good. Trust that your angels are working behind the scenes to help you. And you have that 10-10. We respond to 10-10, right? When we respond through it. We respond to it by embracing opportunities, right? Trusting our intuition and being very deliberate about manifesting. So how you manifest this month is going to matter. You have Blue Jay here, and Blue Jay is your intuition again. I mean, there's something going on with your intuition this month. You are encouraged to follow feelings and intuition. This is a reminder that your personal power is in your own hands and that you are free to take flight at any time if you find yourself in a situation that does not suit you any longer. Let's see. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to be focusing. Hopefully this will focus soon. I hate when it's out of focus like that. Let me see. There you go. So if I don't really look at the computer, I don't notice it sometimes, so bear with me here. You have authenticity here. Who I truly am is good indeed. I am authentic in thought, word, and deed. Number 10. Now this is right side up, Virgo. So this is something you're going to have to search for. Your authenticity. What is it you authentically feel and think? Are you verbalizing it? Are you acting on that? Or are you going along with certain things to please someone else? There's a couple of times that came out, So there could be a lady involved. This could, of course, be you. This is the Lenormand deck. This is number 29. It is a feminine energy. Now, you could be dealing with a woman, of dealing with a feminine energy. You yourself could be that, but the bottom line is the feminine energy is your intuition, male or female, right? Your Mars energy, your masculine energy is action, right? But your intuition, what goes on inside, is feminine energy. You have here, wait a minute, yeah, you have Daisy and the dandelion. So when you look at this, right, I don't know if you can see, but this lion is on top of the dandelion seeds, right? It's at that point where, I don't know, when I was a child, you blew on those to make a wish. There is a wish here on the table. There is something you're trying to manifest. There is something you're trying to manifest here. All right, yeah, this is definitely, you also have the volcano. And volcano is number 9 in this deck, and this is powerful. This is very fiery, just like Sagittarian energy, right? When we look at the volcano, there could be something you're holding in. I've said that a few times in one form or another. There could be something you're holding in. There could be something you are at the same time trying to manifest for yourself. There could be someone in your energy where you feel the need not to be authentic around them. It could be a self-protective measure. It could be anything. But it's on the table here for a reason. You have the power the volcano has the power to create or destroy. Kind of like a choose wisely type thing, right? Let's look at, you know what, before we go into your astrology, because it looks pretty thick with information, let's look at your charms. You do have these letters. You have X, L, Q, and M. Any of these letters could mean something. One of these letters could mean something in response to this particular reading. You do have the shell, and especially when the shell is turned down like this, there are things you are keeping in. Now, it's not necessarily bad. Sometimes you do have to keep things from somebody to keep yourself safe. As we go through your tarot, we'll kind of build that story a little bit. You have 1984. So 1984 was a novel, right? It was like a dystopian novel about I can't even speak right now. A totalitarian government that controls every aspect of our lives. Now, is that someone in your life? Is someone trying to control you? Is someone trying to tell you what to do? Is someone trying to gaslight you in some way here? You do have forever in my heart. This could be a love interest. This could be someone who claims to love you. Could be a parent, could be a family member, could be someone who claims to be doing whatever for your own good type thing. You do have here the 3 of Swords, and it's coming in sideways. The 3 of Swords is, Saturn and Libra energy, but are you going to heal from this and move on, or are you going to stay in it? It's a choice, especially when it comes in sideways. You have here the sign of Scorpio, right? And it says passionate. There's something, and also Scorpions can be very secretive. There could be something you are with this shell and the Scorpion energy keeping to yourself. Do you have Scorpio highly aspected in your chart? That would actually make this even more intense, right? Even more so. So let's move on to your astrology here. Okay. You do have Aquarius here. So you pulled the card of Aquarius. You could be obviously dealing with an Aquarius. The Aquarius could represent the star card also in tarot, which is a wish, manifestation. As I say, I do see 2 things on this table so far anyway, right? I see you trying to manifest something, and I also see there is an energy around you that's less than desirable. Not awful, not like to the point where, it's going to stop you from manifesting, but definitely not a positive energy for you. So if we look at Aquarius in general, obviously we're in Aquarius season, so there's that. But on the 3rd, we have Mercury in Aquarius trine Jupiter in Gemini. On that day, expect good news. You're going to receive good news, right? And the only thing that will be coming towards you is positive things. So expect positive things on that day and you will receive them. On the 9th, we have Sun in Aquarius conjunct Mercury in Aquarius. It's a great day for connecting or collaborating with other people about absolutely anything, whether it's romantic, whether it's work related. It's a collaboration day and it's very positive for that. Okay. On the 10th, you have Mercury in Aquarius. Square Uranus in Taurus. I couldn't get that. I don't know why I'm finding it so difficult to speak today. Be cautious on that day of simple mistakes. What are simple mistakes? You typing up an email and forgetting to press send. Same thing with a text message. Simple things, leaving the front door open of your house and your dog getting out. I don't know. Could be anything simple like that. That could be an annoyance that day. So be on your guard for something like that. On the 11th, we have Sun and Aqua square Uranus and Taurus. And that day, right? That aspect on that day can mean power struggles. So you might have a power struggle with someone on that day. We may want to confront injustice to ourselves or others. You may be confronting the person that we spoke on. It very well might be the case, right? On the 16th, you have Pallas, the asteroid, entering Aquarius. And that is the asteroid of strategy and wisdom. And it's going to be in the sign of Aqua for the next several weeks, right? It basically definitely encourages us to view our work from a different perspective. All of a sudden your mind's going to open and you're going to see choices that you may not have had, or you're going to see choices that aren't really choices. You're going to see things from a different perspective. Okay. Now, let's keep going. Let's start with Leo. You have Leo here and it says courageous, regal, and loyal. Now, of course, any of these signs may be pertinent, in some way to you. But we have Leo, and I can tell you on the 12th of February, we have full moon in Leo, right? And it's a very passionate time. That passion can encompass anything. It can encompass actual love. It could be passionate about your manifestations, about your work, about what's happening to you. Plan something. You can plan something that encompasses those things around that time. The full moon energy isn't just on that day. It's around that day as well. When we look at Capricorn here, it says disciplined, tenacious, resilient, fellow earth sign like yourself. Capricorns are very focused. I think Spirit is trying to tell you to remain focused. Block everything out around you and remain focused on what you're trying to accomplish. They're represented by the goat because they steadily scale mountains, climbing over and upward to reach their goals. They are grounded in realism, very much like Virgo in many aspects, right? They craft masterful plans, and they're very strategic and practical. So step-by-step actions take you closer to achieving something this month here, Virgo. You have Aquarius in the 11th house. It says collaboration, memberships, network. We talked about that on one of those dates I gave you. So definitely look into that. The 11th house is where you can tap into your network, your collaborations, your communities, right? This branches out beyond local communities and it's sort of encompassed in the 3rd house and extends to organizations that you belong to. Followers on the internet, could be that. A friend group, could be a work-related group of people. The 11th house designates your social standing within your web of connections. Dreams are not realized alone, right? You can achieve them and others will help you this month. And that's pretty clear. Yeah. You are the sum of those you choose to surround yourself with here, Virgo. And there is a hair in the potato salad. You're surrounded by a lot of really good people. But there is one person who, there is one person who you need to sort of quell. You need to quell their importance. You need to sort of block them out, okay? Which brings us straight into this oppositional energy, right? Resistance, struggle, polarity. Yeah, I mean, this basically tells us, right? It's intense, it's challenging, The opposition aspect occurs when two celestial bodies are exactly across the sky from one another at 180 degrees, right? That means they are 6 zodiac signs away from each other and share a modality like cardinal, fixed, mutable, right? This aspect can present planets as speaking completely different languages, that you and someone else do not speak the same languages. Oppositions do lay the groundwork for growth sometimes. In this particular situation, I do think there is someone opposing what you're trying to accomplish for yourself. It does not look like they stop you from accomplishing it. It just looks like they are. You need to find your voice here, I think. Well, not necessarily. You may not have to confront them. Let's move on to your tarot before we say anything else. Okay, so first, right out of the gate, you have Venus energy here, right? Venus energy can mean many, many things, right? It can mean love, beauty. It could also mean money, right? Our material possessions. So let's not get too, let me move this over so we have room and you could see everything. Yeah. So we have Venus energy. Yeah, obviously that's Taurus, Libra energy, but let's look at your column, right? And this is the first leg of your month. Sometimes legs do bleed into each other. I've had people say, well, the first leg happened during the last leg. So keep that in mind. You do have here the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is Sun in Aries. This is reflection, evaluation. It could be a reward for manifestation efforts. It's something coming to you. It's something coming straight for you. This leads into, the Empress in reverse. Now, the Empress in reverse can be many things in many readings, but I'm really getting the feeling here that there is a need to evaluate personal boundaries before offering nurturing energy, before offering certain self-nurturing is needed here. You need to think about yourself, all right? The Empress is famous for thinking about others, putting others first, nurturing those around her. This is telling you, do not do that. There is someone, and here it is, there is someone around you who you need to protect yourself from. And what does that mean? The protection could be you just not sharing certain things. The protection could be you taking anything they say and letting it just roll off you. Don't internalize it. It depends who this person is, right? It depends how important they are in your life. We have a way of sort of creating boundaries around ourselves that are different for each person. Some people just need to be cut off, right? But we'll figure this out, right? So you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is this is Saturn in Libra. It is the watery side of air. It's feminine energy. It doesn't have to be a female, but it is feminine energy. It's very it's lack of emotional control. This person does not have emotional control. They can be manipulative. They can be gossipy. They could lack empathy. All those things. Maybe you protect yourself from this person by not explaining the good things that might be going on. Because what's interesting is that when we add this column up and we break it down, we get Venus again. If you think about it, we got Venus 3 times because we got it in the Oracle. We got it in the Empress, and we also have it when we break it down and we add it up. Heavily laden feminine energy, heavily laden intuition here that you're going to need. Definitely, it looks like there is something coming in for you that you almost need to protect, right? You almost need to protect it. Let's move on to column 2. So you have here change and courage. There's change coming. You're going to need and you're going to have courage here. You have the Star. Aquarius energy. What did I say? Yes, it is Aquarius season. So there is that, but I have to tell you, it's right next to this Three of Wands energy. What did I say? It's like a manifestation, a reward, a wish coming true, right next to the Star. Right next to the Star. Yeah. definitely there is something being granted for you. Now, in the center of your reading, you have the Nine of Swords in reverse. It's a pretty nice card to have in reverse here, Virgo. So with the Nine of Swords, it's Mercury and Gemini. It is a release of anxiety. Finally feeling good. It's right next to this Empress in reverse. Did you protect yourself? Did you initiate these boundaries? Did you express or implement them? There is something going on here, Virgo, where you did something to help yourself, to protect your dreams, to protect your manifestation. I don't know what it is, but see, it took some courage here, but there's change afoot. And this leads straight into the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is straight up Piscean energy. Now, it's inner wisdom. She's both self-aware and aware of those around her. She's very quiet. She's next to that awful queen. Yeah. Somebody, meaning you, are dealing with someone appropriately. You are. You're keeping certain things to yourself. You're protecting your dreams. You're protecting your hopes. You're protecting something. And against this negative energy, we all have people like this in our lives, right? Some of them don't qualify for blockage. Some of them don't qualify. Like I do have someone in my life who's, God, she's all the things I just said. But yet you can't really cut her off because she's like sort of a matriarch in the family and she's not overtly toxic. So it's like you have to block her. You have to learn how to build that moat around yourself and say, okay, you could say whatever you want. I'm just not listening. You know what I'm saying? It could very well be something like that because when we add this up and we break it down, we get 10, which is Pluto. Boom. Rebirth. You are changed. The situation's changed. A better version of yourself, Virgo, from 2024. Definitely. Okay. Great energy. So we have, as we move on, we have Saturn energy, career. Maybe you have a commitment with this person. And the commitment doesn't have to be marriage. It could be a commitment, like I just said. It could be your mother. It could be an aunt that you have to be around. It could be a boss, right? It could be somebody. But there is Saturn here on the table, and there is some sort of obligation. You may feel obligated. You may feel a little obligated. And Saturn energy also represents discipline, hard work, and responsibility. So you have, let me see, right next to this, wow. So you have the Three of Wands, giving birth to the star, giving birth to the 10 of Wands in reverse. If you watched any tarot at all, you know the 10 of Wands is the highest stress card in the deck. This is a release of stress. Directly next to the star and the Three of Wands. Whatever it is you're doing a very good job. A very good job. Now, this gives birth to, wow. So this gives birth to the Eight of Swords. We look at the Eight of Swords differently in different readings, but in this reading, you're doing exactly what I said way in the beginning. You notice the Eight of Swords is usually someone who is blindfolded, surrounded by swords, definitely not moving. But I am looking at this like not being trapped. I am looking at this like I can't see you, I can't hear you, you don't exist, and you're doing that. You're building those swords around yourself to protect yourself with that blindfold. You're like, yeah, I see everything else, I just don't see you. I have no desire to see you or hear you. And so it goes. Because look at this. You have that Empress energy in reverse, you taking back your power, to you not losing sleep, not being anxiety ridden, to you saying, I don't hear you, I don't see you. This gives birth to these two cards, which is the Knight of Swords and the Two of Pentacles that came out simultaneously. The Knight of Swords is Mercury and Gemini energy. It's assertive, direct, focused, moving ahead, away from whatever the heck this is. And then you have your Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is Saturn and Capricorn, balancing things perfectly, moving on from the negativity, balancing whatever it is you need to balance in your life. When we break this down and we add it up, we get the Moon. Cancer energy. What lies beneath what you're showing this person? There is something valuable there. What lies beneath? That used to be a movie. What lies beneath the surface? Yeah, definitely. Okay. So let's look at your other cards here. You have the challenge. Your challenge here is creating self-love, creating your intentions, blocking out what needs to be blocked out, and really focusing that Empress energy on you and your goals and your dreams. You have here the Page of Coins, and this is Mercury and Taurus energy. This is a new focus. Your focus is being taken away, right? A new direction. And you have the Seven of Cups here. The Seven of Cups is Venus and Scorpio. And it's telling you, try not to see choices in things that are not healthy for you. They're not truly choices. They're options, but that's not a real choice for you. You want healthy choices. And so there is a choice here this month that you are going to build a boundary around, because you're going to recognize it as not healthy. And you have here the Five of Swords in reverse. I don't know, maybe it really looks to me as if you stop arguing, stop fighting. Venus and Aquarius, stop engaging. Stop engaging. It's in reverse. I have a feeling that it's not going to be easy initially, but then once you get to a certain point, this person is going to give up. And they're going to give up trying to get to you, trying to, some people gaslight, right? They just do very subtle things. And sometimes if you don't react to them, after a while, the person's like, all right, this is boring, right? So keep that in mind. When we add this up and we break it down, we get that expansive energy, birthing pains. What are you birthing into existence that could be annoying? I don't think it's super painful, but it's annoying. It's definitely an annoyance here. Let's look at your opportunities. You have, in your opportunities column, you have Uranus. And believe it or not, it says opportunities, right? So you have an opportunity for freedom, a leap forward, that Knight of Swords energy, moving forward. You have Judgment coming in sideways. Judgment is very, it's Pluto energy, right? It's death. Well, it's not death, it's rebirth. So it's coming in sideways, and you're going to have a choice to make this month. Do you want renewal, or do you want doubt? Do you want self-evaluation, or do you want failure to learn? Do you want awakening, or do you want denial? This is going to be choices that you're going to need to make. You're going to need to be instrumental in that way, Virgo. You have here, look at this, you have the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Coins. You're trading one thing for another. You have here Sun in Gemini with the 10 of Swords, the ending of a toxic situation. You're trading this toxic situation for stability, the stability of Earth, the stability, Mercury and Virgo, the stability, success, foundations. There is a manifestation coming forward. Protect it. Protect it. Now, fascinating is when we break this down and we add it up, we get Uranus again. So you have Uranus here twice. Change, freedom from something, impulse for rebellion. What are you rebelling against? What needs to be rebelled against? That is that Aquarian energy that came out twice in your opportunities column. You have an opportunity for a new road, an opportunity to trade that 10 of Swords energy for that 10 of Pentacles Virgo energy. Beautiful energy. Let's pull a couple of these cards for you here, Virgo, and then we will do your astrology. Your numerology for Virgo, please, for February 2025. February 2025. You have water. That's that intuitive energy, right? Emotions are at their peak. I don't know if it's emotional as much as it's intuitive here. Water is very intuitive. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Golem. A close friend acts on your behalf. A Golem is a Hebrew type thing, right? It's a very difficult thing to explain. There is somebody acting on your behalf. Now, this could be spirit. This could be that collaboration. There is something coming through for you. your intuition is needed to claim this manifestation. You need to be intuitive with what's going on. You're going to spot some synchronicities. While you're grounded with this 10 of Pentacles energy, you're also reaching up for your manifestations. You're going to see 1010 at least once this month. Yeah, I wish you all the luck, Virgo. Just protect yourself from this person in whatever way you need to. I wish you all the best. But let's look at your numerology. Okay, so when we add up all the numbers in this reading and we break them down, we get Uranus again. You can't say it enough. How many times did Uranus come out? My God, yeah. And as far as numbers, 10 came out the most, which is death and rebirth. That's Pluto energy. Something's dying. Something else is being born. Something is manifesting here. There is change afoot with that Uranus energy. As far as signs go, we had Gemini, Virgo, Aquarius, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, Taurus, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, and Cancer. We talked about Gemini the most, which is very clear thinking, right? It's that Mercury, clear thinking. And we talked about Aquarius. Well, actually, we talked about Aquarius the most. Gemini was a close second. So Aquarius energy, that Uranus energy, right? That change. That's why it came out right away for you. You're going to be experiencing positive change. The planets we talked about the most were Venus and Mercury. Again, Venus, that offer coming in, that manifestation coming in, that thing that comes in that makes you protective over it. Keep these initials in mind. I will see you next month. Namaste.